Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Los Angeles Times California Politics news feed. It was published on October 20th. It was written by Ann Doe and Javier Panzar. Indivisible members rally ahead of Stephen K. Bannon's speech to California Republicans. Now, the funny thing is alt-right delete, ban Bannon. So, clearly, this is a woman who isn't about free speech. This isn't a woman who believes that all people should have the ability to express themselves along with their beliefs. She wants to be her ideological echo chamber and herself are the only people she wants to have free speech. It's clear by a sign like that, okay? And just looking at the coverage the LA Times has with this, it goes to show where their political leanings are. But they are in California. I mean, it is, Los Angeles and all. Now, my title for this video is just so appropriate with this woman. I mean, when this is literally your brain on feminism, okay? Because she was normal till she encountered it. Growing up as a Republican in Southern California, Michelle Fowler said she automatically registered to join the party because her parents were also members. No, you registered to join the party because your parents instilled their beliefs into you, like parents are supposed to. And you believe the same things they did. Then what happened? Oh, that's right. Feminism came along. I didn't know the right civics were called the Northridge activist who's 50. No, you did know the right civics, you stupid bitch. Okay? They were about the individual and freedom and not forcing yourself onto others or forcing your beliefs onto others. Those were the civics that you knew. I didn't really know women died for the right to vote. I just voted for whoever I saw on signs or whose names I remembered. Well, it's your own personal problem. And the thing is I don't think your ideology's changed that much, especially with the fact of, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Yeah. More like something as thick as the tree trunk, and say you voted for Hillary. Not actually looking any depth into her. Okay? And yes, women really did die for the right to vote, but guess what? Women already had the right to vote. Okay? Go learn history. See, there were these qualifications for voting in this country. There still are, but it's only for men. At one time, you had to own property to vote. And it was a certain amount of property. Now, women equate the whole property thing, which women did own property. And I got into discussions with history teachers in high school, women history teachers who bought into this BS. Okay? Because there were women who had the right to vote. And I would get backed by the head of the history department. That's the funny thing. When she'd say I was wrong. See, the whole property thing was a sticking point. So a lot of women didn't have the right to vote, and a lot of men didn't have the right to vote with that. And men said, hey, wait a minute. We should have the right to vote. You can conscript us and send us off to war. So they said, okay, well, we can do that. What we'll do is you agree to it, and you have the right to vote. So that's where the draft came from. That's where it, by a different name today, selective service, came from. Now, women went, hey, not fair. They get the right to vote. It's like, no, bitch. They get the right to get their asses blown up so that they have that, They have the ability to vote. They're giving up. They're giving up their freedom to an extent, because you could just be told, "Hey, you're going off to war," and you got to go off to war. I'm a guy. I've signed up for selective service. I know the deal. Well, that's what they agreed to. So we went, and that started the women's suffrage movement of them going, not fair. And it's like, bitch, they didn't get something for nothing. Now, so women said, we don't have the right to vote. And there were men that said, no, you have the right to vote if you own property. Well, how can we own property? Save up your money. There's nothing that stops you as a woman from owning property. And I'm not saying that things were equal back then. They weren't. Okay? But women had the ability. I mean, there were women who owned property. There were women who voted. There were women before that point that, had political clout. It wasn't as common as today, which I'm not saying because I don't want to upset feminists that it's common. Excuse me. But they still had the right to vote. So women's suffrage comes in, and it's like, well, it's not fair. Men have the right to vote. And they leave out the fact, they left out the fact that men were giving up their freedom to an extent, because they can't say, fuck you, I'm not going to go fight that war. With the return of being, with a return value of that right to vote. And they played off the guilt of men saying, well, it isn't fair. So, they fought dirty. And they got the right to vote, no strings attached. And I'm the type of person, I'm an egalitarian. So on this note, I believe that women should have to have the same type of requirement that men do. And I'm not saying going off and fight the war, but I'm saying that they can be conscripted into service, whether it's, say, militarily in non-combat situations, I'd be fine with. Or, say, when the men are off fighting a war, women get conscripted to take care of things that there are shortfalls in. I mean, because on the note of because of manpower. Oops, sorry, don't want to upset the feminists. I mean staffing. But because of that issue, because that's only fair, because right now, women are going, third wave feminists are going, we want equality. It's like, bitch, can you get forced to go off and fight in some fucking war? No, fuck you, shut the fuck up. They don't get this. So, and this is one who doesn't understand this either, because she's been indoctrinated. Now Fowle is the founder of the Resistance, Northridge, Indivisible, which united supporters outside the California GOP convention in Anaheim on Friday to protest an appearance by Steve Bannon. I love how right here, I read another article by them. And it says that there's like a couple dozen or a dozen tops. But yet, Doe here, Doe. I should have used that with my other video with her earlier. Doe! Because literally she should be going, Doe! Because she's saying she joined a crowd of about 50 people across the street from the Anaheim Marriott on Friday night as they denounced President Trump's former advisor. So which is it, LA Times? Do we go by this clearly biased bitch? Or do we go by your, article that's actually, like an article? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Do you want the Jeopardy theme while you decide? I'm going to say the other one where there's maybe, a couple dozen people. They were separated from convention goers by metal barriers and cordoned off private security guards while police officers observed from nearby. Yeah, because see, they were afraid that there was going to be little Antifa punks joining in. So, it's just taking precautions. Information and exposure and understanding show us that he is dangerous. He's a very, very good manipulator, Fowle said of Bannon. His goal is to try to get rid of established Republicans and bring in the more extreme people. Bannon is using whatever base Trump has left to recruit. Ha! What he has left, bitch. Okay. Where do I start with this? Okay, you're right. He is dangerous. He's dangerous to your third wave feminazism bullshit. All right, your intersectionalism. He's dangerous against your idea of open borders and globalism that you've been indoctrinated into believing is a good thing. He's against because he's a civic nationalist. Okay, he's an economic civic nationalist. Okay, he calls himself a civic nationalist, but I can consider him economic nationalist too. I mean, because it's about the financial and civic nationality, like, because it's about bringing jobs to America. That's more than just civics with him. You know, that the whole thing of bringing back and keeping jobs in America, that's economics. So that's why I say he's an economic civic nationalist. I mean, that's kind of how I lean towards myself. But no, we're not alt-right. Get a fucking clue. There's a difference. There's no identity politics of this, you know, the alt-right, alt-left fucking bullshit. You're alt-left woman. Okay? You are no different than the alt-right. All right? Alt-right delete. How about alt-left delete? All right? Because you're just as cancerous, if not more cancerous, than those little fucking wastes of space. And I know people can be like, oh, he didn't just say that. Yeah. You want to know why? Because look at Antifa. 2000 show up at a fucking Unite the Right rally, which is all fucking left and organized by fucking a fucking Hillary shill. I don't know why I said Obama, but a Hillary shill that through the fucking WikiLeaks, you know, she's talking about how he's going to be getting updated 4 times a week from the fucking White House. All right? Get a fucking clue, bitch. This is the type of mentality that you don't understand this shit. That this is, you're playing into the game. Okay? Because you're saying he's a good manipulator. No, Hillary's a good manipulator. Way better when her guy is behind Unite the Right. Okay? And oh no, the established Republicans. Let's move on to there. You mean the rhinos and neocons that kind of like the globalism, well, really like the globalism, like the open borders, even though they rode in on Trump's coattails, tucking out their asses, saying, oh, yeah, we'll fix that. You mean those fuckers that kind of lean more towards your ideology? The one that means that you're going to get even less of the shit you want if they're out? Those the ones you're talking about? Are those the ones that he's trying to get rid of? For more constitutionally minded... I love this. And bring in more extreme people. Okay? I love that part. Because we're talking about people who are constitutionalists. Okay? People like myself. I'm extreme because I'm a fucking I'm a constitutionalist libertarian. So because they're bringing in someone's constitution, they're extreme. So it's clear you don't like the fucking Constitution, you psycho, hose beast feminazi. It's clear when you're saying something like that. Because those are the type of people he's trying to bring in. And Trump's base is growing. All right, his popularity went down a little bit. That happens the first year with every president. But he's still got a lot of his core support. Never left him. Never diminished. Okay? It's those people who weren't his core support that drop has happened in. So for you to say, from whatever base Trump has left to recruit, is fucking delusional. It's completely delusional. Carolyn Chris, a retired film industry researcher, drove from Sherman Oaks to protest. Oh, God. A whack job leftist from the film industry who does research for these left-leaning fucking shit movies. Okay. Bannon is a clear danger to our democracy, she said. How? How is he a clear danger? He's more pro-democracy. You idiots! Lost! And you've done everything. Okay, leading up to Trump getting in, and even after, okay, looking at ways to try to get him out with like Russia and impeachment, claiming he's fucking nuts. I love it that Pelosi's going, oh yeah, Trump's fucking, and Maxine Waters even, okay, two crazy bitches, okay, who are delusional, who literally, okay, like, say the craziest fucking shit. And they're saying that Trump is crazy. Oh, we need to impeach. He's crazy. Okay. When you have that's a clear and present danger to democracy. Okay. When you have spoil sport little whiny bitch babies like yourself who can't handle losing, that's a danger to democracy. Not Trump. Not his supporters, not Bannon. None of them are. Chris said Trump's election awoke her dormant activist tendencies, and she now regularly attends protests against the president. Proving my fucking point. Holy sweet Jesus. You can't handle Trump winning. Trump derangement syndrome. You clearly got it. And instead of moving on and dealing with shit that needs to be dealt with, you're still focused on the fact that he won. Bitch, please. If you focused on your own life, focused on the shit going on around you, okay? Maybe channel this energy from Trump derangement syndrome into improving the surroundings around you and helping people around you. Don't you think things would improve? No. Instead, you waste your life and your time standing there with a fucking sign going, oh, look at me, I'm doing something. And you're causing more bullshit. Instead of fucking just dealing with shit. All right, and you and people like you are stirring up these little stupid fuckers who are willing to put on all black and fucking go around destroying people's private property and beating up people and throwing piss and shit on them. You're supposed to be the adults instead of acting like a freaking child throwing a temper tantrum doing this stupid shit. Lead by example. All right? You didn't see people pulling this shit when Obama won the first time or the second time. Did you? No. I wonder why. And where we're supposedly so racist and sexist. Don't you think with Obama as the president and Hillary as Secretary of fucking State, if we're that way, if we're so misogynistic and racist and sexist, you stupid bitch, don't you think we would have been taken to the streets like your little leftist fuck buddies? Okay? Because I'm sure you try to fuck the young ones. You going out there on your activist tendencies, you know. Ooh, I bet you I can get one of those, you know, little beta male cucks. I can't get like any guys my own age. I mean, how many cats do you have? I just gotta ask. Just popped in my head because I'm betting 3 or 4. She said she thought Bannon's visit was an effort to amplify his voice while also helping the GOP raise money. Well, which really scares you because the Democrats, they need one of those Coinstar machines to tally up their, like, you know, a couple grand that they get. Whereas, you know, it's all big bills, you know, from small people helping out Trump and the GOP. That scares you, don't it? And amplify his voice. No. Steve Bannon has some beliefs that are like Trump's. He was a guiding force on the note of Trump getting the attention of people and their support, which got him elected. But he's not amplifying Trump's voice. He's his own person. If you look, he actually went against he actually supported someone that was running against the person Trump supported. So that should say a lot. against what you're trying to say. I really hope the GOP just wants to make some money off him and doesn't believe what he says she said. Oh my God. Bitch. No, there are people in there that are civic nationalists like him. Or, as I say more, an economic civic nationalist. Because it's about economics and economic nationalism and civic nationalism. There are more people that have that type of mindset there. Okay? This is more about than the money. This is about a chance to actually fight globalism. Because people are waking up. And they're not liking this, open border, happy-go-lucky, watch jobs get flooded away, watch this BS friggin' Paris Accord shit drain the fucking United States of its wealth, okay, while other countries don't have to pay shit into it, in comparison especially, okay, proportionately even. And countries like China can say fuck you and do whatever the hell they want, and nothing will happen to them. And fucking, countries where they're now shipping, because China, They've blown up that little commie shithole for cheap labor. So let's move on to Vietnam and Burma and Laos, and which is going on now. And none of those countries have to comply. Yet the good old US of A has to foot pretty much the overwhelming majority of the bill. So when you have that type of mentality, okay, of the Paris Accord is great, and just everything else going on in society with like the intersectionalism and open borders, and you people on the left, okay, in the perfect storm, okay, which like the idea of that, based on real events, what happened with the movie, that whole idea. Those guys rolled into the perfect storm. Okay? They had no control over it. You idiots on the left, you're rolling yourselves into the well, actually, they did have control. Those guys could have just stayed there and let the fish fucking rot and they'd still be alive. So, yeah, they had a choice. But that would have probably been better to look at it that way, because I didn't even think of that fact. Because, yeah, I'm thinking they were already in the storm with this analogy. But we'll roll it back, because it still works. You see, they had a choice. You have a choice. They chose to roll into a shitstorm. Okay? Roll into a storm. And risk it. You people, on the other hand, all right, it wasn't Mother Nature that created this perfect shitstorm that we're seeing, that you're going, no, that you're going, with the fact that you're going and freaking out. That was not Mother Nature's doing. That was your doing. You created that, and you're going full force into that shitstorm, doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, all of you. Not realizing that you're actually making people like Bannon more appealing. You're helping them get out there. You're giving them a voice. And I say keep doing it. I got no problems with it. Now, you do that, everyone will be happy. Oh, wait, no, you guys won't, but we'll all be happy. So, I mean, just look at this. This is what a woman's brain on feminism, third wave feminism, ends up being. Okay, intersectional BS feminism. They have no basis to say the things that they have here. No basis on Bannon, because he's never said anything that is remotely, like, on the note of, like, with nationalism, racist, which would mean that he's not a white nationalist. He's talked about economics. He's talked about civics. He's talked about those types of things. But you see, you guys equate them to, like, the racism thing. And there's no equation to that. No equating, I should say. But, I mean, I think I've covered this well enough, so I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.